Good afternoon and welcome to the April-May edition of Facebook Live. I'm Gary Scott. I am here with Boomer Foster and I'm thrilled to be here with Wes Foster as we celebrate 50 years of our great company. So Boomer, good afternoon. Wes, it's great to have you with us today.
Thank you.
Welcome everybody. We're glad you guys are joining us today. Actually, May 22nd, 1968 was the first day that Long & Foster opened its doors with the guy sitting beside me, Wes Foster, a guy named Hank Long, and one agent in Fairfax, Virginia. And it's incredible over the last 50 years to watch the growth of essentially 3 people into 11,000 agents, a couple thousand employees, and 230 plus offices from North Carolina up to New Jersey. So we're really honored to have my Uncle Wes here with us today. We were going to spend most of the day just kind of celebrating the 50th. There's an interesting story about going into Maryland.
Yeah.
And the first office that we opened in Maryland. Can you share that with everybody?
Sure can.
Yeah.
We had opened, I guess, 3 offices, maybe 4. We'd opened Springfield in Virginia, and we felt like we should go to Maryland. And we looked at Maryland and felt like if we went to Bethesda, that all the old companies there would beat us to death before we had our foot in the door. And we looked out at Gaithersburg and felt like if we went out there, everybody was so new they wouldn't realize how new we were. And we had learned, and I didn't mention it, we had also opened in Manassas in Virginia, but we had opened in the Holiday Inn. The Holiday Inn there had a place for concessionary type things that most of them have, and they hadn't leased it out, so we leased it and found out in Manassas that the IBM people in Manassas stayed at the Holiday Inn, and when they had had breakfast or dinner, they'd walk the halls and they'd come by, and hell, we lived off them. But to get started, well, when we went to Gaithersburg, we wanted to do the same thing. So we prevailed on the Holiday Inn there to build us out a place like that. They were afraid of us. They wouldn't do that. So we were determined. We leased room 101, as I remember, took the beds out, put 7 desks in there, used the bathroom for storage because there was a bathroom down the hall, and we took off in Gaithersburg, and there was an IBM plant office there too, and we lived off IBM's again until we got a foothold.
You know what's interesting is growing up, I always told you I had 2 heroes, my dad and you. And so when I first moved up here as an agent, and you would give me 30 minutes a month to sit down and kind of talk, I asked you, how did you go from you came from nothing.
Yeah.
And our grandparents, my grandparents, your parents didn't have a couple of nickels to rub together.
That's right.
And from
I was just down there over the weekend.
Were
Did you know that?
Well, it didn't have air conditioning in a Georgia house, I think, until the 1980s at some point.
Right.
But how do you go from that to building a big organization? And the thing that stuck with me over the years was, if you take care of people, everything else will take care of itself.
Absolutely, Boomer.
So
couldn't agree more.
So has that was philosophically, is that where you were from the beginning of the organization, or is that something that was built over time?
No, that was from the beginning. Be honest and fair with people and treat them right, and they'll stay with you.
The other thing that's really stuck with me, and this is more of a commentary than it is a question, when you start talking about becoming number 1 in Virginia and then number 1 in the United States and number 1 in Maryland, I've never really found you to be the most egotistical fella, or even have any sense of an ego. It's always been, this isn't because of me, this is because of my agents and my managers and the people's on the ground. So because I have an opportunity in front of probably 20,000 people on Facebook right now.
Really?
No, I don't know. We're just making that up, hopefully to make you a little nervous. But I just wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you for teaching me what you've taught me in this industry, and for the opportunity to learn and work here. I will just close by, I think, probably speaking for the vast majority of the people watching here today by saying thank you. Thank you for what you built, and thank you for your honor and your integrity, and for the example that you set, and for genuinely caring about people for the last 50 years. It means the world to me and to my family and to the Long & Foster family as well. So I appreciate you very much.
Thank you.
Good.